looking for an affordable, economical smoke that's going to be good for you, this right here is QuickDraw by Southern Draw Cigars, blended by AJ Fernandez. Got a Habano Ecuadorian wrapper, and the inside is all Nicaraguan. Simple smoke. I like this one a lot. You usually find for less than $6. I'm gonna smoke it, let you know what I think about it. Got a little vein popping through, like from the inside of the filler, but it's fine. The thing is, I don't really care about construction and having a spotless cigar or a unblemished cigar when it comes to $6 per cigar with good tobacco. You can speed through this process, and it probably is a lot of people who are rolling these cigars who are fairly new to rolling cigars within the past couple years or so. A lot of people get their opportunity to roll cigars like this, the economical cigars. So it may be a little bit faulty as far as the outside of the wrap relief and everything else, but as far as construction and the pull, it should all be fine. And I don't knock Southern Draw on the quick draw appearance. It doesn't bother me at all. It really doesn't. Such a great smoke. Ecuadorian Habano shines through. I'll smoke the first third and I'll be back for you guys. I'll let you know how it goes for the first third. Getting down the first third, I'm just a really big fan of this cigar. Extremely spicy. It has those sweet undertones when you pull the retrohale. Just an amazing cigar all around. And I know they developed this cigar based on crickets making noise. They developed this cigar based on 3 different components: morning, noon, and night. And this is supposed to be the noon cigar. They created a Ecuadorian Connecticut for supposed to be the morning cigar, and the evening cigar is supposed to be a Pennsylvania Broadleaf with the same Honduran and Nicaraguan filler. But ultimately, this cigar is a really tasty cigar, and to be crazy, it's crazy that I'm gonna say this. It kind of reminds me of the Tabernacle in a way. It has very similar notes to the Tabernacle. It's a little bit different as far as Tabernacle, because I know Tabernacle has the Honduran and Nicaraguan filler. I think it has a Mexican San Andreas binder, which this is supposed to have a Nicaraguan binder. And the wrappers are different. It's Pennsylvania Broadleaf Connecticut Broadleaf for the Tabernacle. And this one is Ecuadorian Habano, but it does have some of those same tones. I think it's giving me the same flavor profile. It's sitting at a medium to a full body in complexity and intensity. So I'm digging it. You want to get a good cigar for a relative price, go with these Southern Draw quick draws. And I do like the Habano, and I like the Pennsylvania Broadleaf the most personally. Ecuadorian Connecticut is really good as well. It's just that I like to stay in that medium profile. That's kind of like where I tend to float. Ecuadorian Connecticut's have a very special place in my heart though as well. But for those 3 cigars, I would say the Habano and the Pennsylvania Broadleaf are probably the better of the 3. But keep smoking. I'll be back. So I thought about it a little bit. It's not the strength that reminds me of the Tabernacle, but the sweet spiciness that it kind of reminds me of. that was what it was, and I couldn't figure out what the taste was that was giving me that feeling of the Tabernacle. Intensity and strength wise, it's not as strong as the Tab, but to me, it gives me that spicy sweetness that comes from the Tabernacle, and that's the Nicaraguan filler, I'm pretty sure, and some of that Honduran tobacco as well. Getting to the halfway point, the intensity has died down a little bit, but I do think that the retrohale is still holding its own as far as the sweetness and the spiciness. The spiciness has pulled back though quite a bit. Just a very pleasant smoke. Honestly, for $6, I don't know how they craft a cigar so well put together for that price. It's not like they're using trash filler. I mean, it's really good tobacco. Of course, it's AJ, but it's just the blend is it's an amazing blend. And honestly, this cigar really can be in that $9 range, the $8-9 range, rather than $6. It is high on that nicotine level as far as the Habano one, and the Pennsylvania Broadleaf one is the same exact way. They do have a lot of nicotine. Seems like you get almost that little woozy feeling, which a lot of cigars don't really get me like that, but I can feel it, which is really good. I can appreciate that. I actually like that feeling because it lets me know it has some power, and it's not all in elements of tasting. It actually has some nicotine power in it. So I'm really digging this cigar, and it's the first one I've smoked today. So it's my palate isn't skewed at all when I'm smoking this one. That's what I kind of like as well. I'm not overbalanced with a whole bunch of different tastes of cigars today, so it's pretty dope that this cigar is the first one that I'm having. And it's about 2 o'clock now, so and it's still holding on to that sweetness. That sweetness. That sweetness that's coming from this cigar, it's a combination. I can taste it. It's a combination of that. It has to be a combination of that Honduran tobacco. Honduras like a jalapa seco, probably a jalapa seco, because that sweetness, that jalapa valley has a very high content of sweetness in that tobacco. It's also spicy, so kind of like that's kind of what's shining through to me. That sweetness and spiciness. I figure I'll do a video on all the quick draws. I'll do the other two as well, just to give y'all, some type of insight on them because I haven't seen many videos on the quick draws, and they're definitely one of those cigars that fits in the economical category. And honestly, like I said, I'll pay $8 to $9 for this cigar. So I can say for value wise, I'm gonna have to give it a on solid point on cost. I will give it a solid point on consistency and complexity. I'll give it a point. I will probably give it a half a point on construction as far as outside of the actual cigar. The wrapper leaf is a little bit, like I said, I can see a couple blemishes and a couple points that probably wouldn't have cut it for a super premium cigar as far as the wrapper and the invisible seams. Some seams are very prevalent, which is fine with me because like I said, for a $6 cigar, I could care less as long as it smokes amazing, and it absolutely smokes amazing. So if it's anything that I'm gonna dock the cigar on, is the wrapper and the look of the wrapper. And like I said, when I first started this video, that you do lose a little bit in the construction of the wrapper leaf, and like I said, it's probably younger rollers who are rolling these cigars, and that's typically how they do it in factories. They start them somewhere very low as far as different cigars that they're going to be making. They're going to usually make the more economical cigars. I can say that the draw and the consistency is still going to smoke amazing, but you can see that, you know, it takes a long time to get really good at your wrapper presentation. And I think for these, you're not going to find every last one of them isn't going to be perfect, you know. So, I mean, other than that, this cigar is amazing. Absolutely love it. Closing down to the final bit of the cigar. The spice is completely gone, and now you're just getting a sweet undertone. The intensity has pulled back a little bit as well, so now it's starting to mellow a little bit, which is nice. It's not as in your face as it was initially. I'm gonna finish it out solo, but I can tell you that if you're looking for an economical cigar, something that's fairly inexpensive in cigar prices, I would say that you cannot go wrong with the Habano Quick Draw by Southern Draw. AJ Fernandez, amazing job with the blend again, as usual. You know, that guy is untouchable, and I think it's definitely a great cigar that I can't get the band off of. Y'all be good, be blessed. I'll be posting the other ones as well. I'll do the Pennsylvania Broadleaf, and I'll smoke the Ecuadorian Connecticut shade and give you my thoughts and my opinions on it. Y'all be blessed, man. Smoke up. BOTLs and SOTLs. I'll see y'all later. JamarCigar.